Hey, Joe here from churchfacebookads.com. In this video, I'm going to be talking to you about the 3 biggest reasons why organic social media for churches is dead. You shouldn't be using it anymore if it's all you're doing. I mean, yeah, it's helpful to reach to some of the people that follow you, but if you're a church trying to grow your social media following and thinking that that's going to bring church growth, well, that's the wrong thinking. And I'm bringing this video to you because I myself have seen, big churches, small churches on the inside, and it's just not going to help you. And what I've learned with a lot of the stuff I've done for e-commerce brands can help churches to actually connect social media to church growth. So that's what this video is all about. Share this with your pastor, share this with your team, and share this with anybody that you know is a church marketer looking to get out of the rut of being stuck, wondering why, because they're creating better content or putting out more posts per day, they're still not growing and still not seeing the engagement they'd like to see. So this video isn't meant to be like a doom and gloom thing. It's just meant to bring you the reality of organic social media. And there's a difference with organic and paid. So I just want to share that with you. And we'll get into the 3 things right now. So number 1 is, just in case you didn't know, you're only reaching about 10% of the people who actually follow you on Instagram or Facebook when you post. So that means that if 100 people are following you, the only 10 of them are actually going to see your content. In my mind, and I'm sure in yours, that math just does not make sense. If you're going to spend all this time and energy to create content only to then maybe not even have that person see the content because they're not in that 10% of the people who follow you, it's just a lot of work for a return on investment that doesn't make sense. And don't get me wrong, like social media for churches used to be amazing organically, and I think that's why so many people hopped on it, especially after they saw Elevation and they saw big churches doing it, but it isn't what it used to be. It's changed a lot. Really, that's due to advertising as well, as like Facebook ads have become more prevalent. Instagram ads have become more prevalent. They're both owned by the same company, in case you didn't know. Like Instagram and Facebook ads are created in Facebook. I was on a call today and somebody asked about that, and I figured I'd just tell you guys in case you didn't know. But yeah, like without running ads, it's going to be really tough to actually reach people. And which brings me to my next point is, you're not reaching new people a lot of times when you're putting out content organically. Is you're reaching about 10% of the people who actually follow you when it comes to like actual reach, but you're not even reaching new people. And if you're like me, you used social media for your church so you can reach new people. Like that was kind of the idea, is go out into the world and reach all the nations. But you're not reaching anybody. You're not reaching anybody's nation. You're not reaching anybody new most of the time when you post, unless you have some really good content that happens to take off. But spending all your time hoping that something becomes viral is a waste of time, in my opinion. You should have some sort of consistent way to reach people again and again. So that's point number 2, is you're not reaching new people when you're posting organically on social media. You're actually just probably spending a lot of time scheduling stuff out only to reach about 10% of your audience. And if you actually just wanted to reach those people, you could have asked for their email address. They probably would have given it to you, and you could just send them an email for free versus creating new content every single time, visual and written, so that you can post something and then putting it out there only for 10% of your audience to see it, and then it dies, and then you do that again day in and day out. And that's life of a social media manager. Not to put you down, you guys do amazing work. I'm just saying that I think if you guys started to get more into the Facebook ad side of things and used even this channel to take some of the things I'm teaching you, spending 50% of your time creating content and the other 50 that you would normally spend creating other content, distributing that content, I think you can get a lot more bang for your buck. That's all I'm saying. Your day would be a lot more productive. You probably hit your social media goals. You probably 10x your social media goals on like engagement and reach and all of that stuff. And at the end of the day, you'd be better off. I mean, you'd probably get a bonus. I'm not promising you anything. I'm just saying it would be better for you. And then number 3 is probably my favorite and the most important, I know, in your leadership's eyes, is how do you connect organic social media to real church growth? Doing that with organic social media is tough. While there are tools like Google Analytics, where you can look inside of Google Analytics and see where's your traffic coming from. Like, do people hit your thank you pages? And where did the original source come from? Was it organic social, organic Facebook or Instagram. But a lot of times you're probably not looking at GA, which is Google Analytics, to tell what's happening there. And then there is stuff obviously like link in bio. So you can track like the links in your bio and see what people are clicking through. But even that's hard to tell. What do they do after they click? So like at the end of the day, these three things, which is you're reaching less than 10% of your audience. Number two is, you're probably not reaching new people. If you are, you're pretty lucky and, keep doing it, but you're probably not reaching new people. And also you are, it's hard to connect social media engagement and growth to actual church growth, meaning people signing up for groups, giving, and to get involved with your church and even watch your sermons online. So those three reasons are the reasons, in my opinion, why I think organic social media is dead for churches. If you're still using it, I don't think there's anything wrong with using organic, but you have to have some sort of paid strategy in addition to the organic stuff that you're doing. And if you're an organic social media manager, don't get me wrong, like I believe in what you are doing. I'm not saying your job is not important. I'm saying we have to add another skill set on the side of your job now, because if you do not, you're hindering the church growth, your church growth, because of your ability or your willingness not to want to learn a new skill. So I really think you should start, subscribe to this channel, start watching these videos, say you taught yourself, and go and crush it. Because, if you don't, well, somebody's going to come to your church and say, hey, we should start running ads for stuff organically. And if you're not that person, well, they're going to be telling you what to do. So my goal is to get you out in front of that. You out there starting to reach more people, and you can use Facebook ads to do all of these three things. Like I said, is to combat the 10%. You can reach 100% of your audience by targeting people who like your page. And then you can target people. You can exclude people who have ever engaged with you in the last year, meaning now we can talk to only new people who have never heard of us. They're reaching new people, which is solving problem number two. And then number three is we can connect social media engagement to church growth by using Facebook ads and actually tracking what's called custom conversions. And we'll actually be able to look at engagement, like people going to watch videos on your website, on the sermons, people clicking new here if they're watching online and they hit a form and they fill it out and hit a thank you page. We can even see down to the dollar and down to the penny how much did it cost for somebody to look at our organic content that we promoted and then come from there and hit these thank you pages, as well as people visiting our giving pages, as well as people signing up for events and everything in between. So it's really connecting our engagement to church growth using social media, but you just add that side of ads, and you can do all this even with a budget of like less than $1,000, even $500. You can still do this. So hopefully this video was helpful for you. Hopefully it opened up your eyes to what you could be doing with organic social media mixed with paid, and why you shouldn't just be using organic anymore if you're a church. Once again, this is Joe from churchfacebookads.com. Go ahead and subscribe up here or somewhere around there, and then check out one of these videos and keep watching, keep learning, and thank you so much for reaching all the people that you already are. If you're a church social media manager, like I said, I personally want to just thank you and say you are amazing.